Hi, everybody. Thank you for attending another 1 Million Cups Westminster. I am Graham Dodge, the Executive Director of Magic, one of our community sponsors. Our other community sponsor is Furnace Hills Coffee. And if you go to furnacehillscoffee.com, you can get 25% off your entire order with the discount code 1MC Westminster. Thank you to Furnace Hills Coffee for being our coffee sponsor. And as this, as the COVID numbers continue to drop and more people get vaccinated, we are probably going to be starting to move to a in-person event program. So we're going to start making those plans and try to probably do something hybrid, like a hybrid in person with the live streaming for our friends who aren't in Westminster that still want to keep joining these meetings. So anyway, and I believe that Furnace Hills Coffee information is in the chat. Thank you, Julius, for doing that. For our presenters today, and we had a last minute change, Donor Solutions could not make it. Dr. Cameron had to do an organ transplant this morning, so he'll be coming to us next week. But for Billy, at least, he'll be getting one of these handsome ceramic mugs. There's Tina showing off hers. Of course, if anyone here attends 5 or more of these meetings, you get our travel mugs. If you haven't gotten yours yet, let us know. We're anxious to give them all out. And then we've got t-shirts. And if you haven't gotten your t-shirt yet, as someone who's attended 10 or more of these, please let us know. I will hand it over to Julius, one of our fellow organizers here, who will go through the 1 Million Cups deck, and then we will kick it off with our presenter. So Julius, I know I am sharing my screen, and then you are going to talk through it. All right.
All right. So welcome, everyone. Glad to see everyone again. And welcome to 1MC Westminster. Our mission here is to lower the barrier for access to education, resources, and connections for entrepreneurs. Without the core pillars, which I'll go over in a second, of our program, our mission cannot succeed. Our core pillars, we're looking for presentations, not pitches. This is really to connect everyone together, not networking. And our culture is for the community, by the community. We really want to get to know your business, the challenges you face, so that we can connect you to all the resources we have in our community. Nobody has ownership of 1MC Westminster. Nobody is paid to do 1MC Westminster. And we are radically and intentionally inclusive. We meet every week, or try to, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. We try to have 2 presenters whenever possible. And presenters' organization should be less than 5 years old and willing to ask for help. We always end each presentation with what can we as a community do to help you. And here's our organizing team. Graham Dodge, Russ Hammett, Val Giovanni, John Wheatman, Mick Mancuso, me, Julius Knapp, Andrew Rose, and we have a new member coming on board pretty soon, Tina Thomas.
All right.
Back to you, Graham.
I think that's it. Yep. Thank you very much. All right. So our first and only presenter today is, so we have a little extra time with Billy, is Billy Live from Wisdom Court Entertainment. Billy, I will just let you take it away and introduce yourself. Everyone else will go on mute while you're presenting for about 6 or 7 minutes. But again, we have a little extra time today. And then we'll follow that up by 20 minutes of Q&A. So go ahead, start, click the green share screen button at the bottom of your Zoom and choose your presentation window, and then take it away.
Hello, I go by Billy Live. Can everybody hear me, Graham?
Yeah.
All right, my company is called Wisdom Court Entertainment, and I am going to start my presentation now. I think. It's not working. Wisdom Court Entertainment was founded by me, Billy Live. We started out as a music production and promotion company, and we've grown into an event planning and multi-genre booking agency with venues up and down the East Coast. Some of our venues in Baltimore include Baltimore Soundstage, the Auto Bar, 8x10. We've done Rams Head Live, and a whole bunch of other like smaller venues up and down the Baltimore music scene. In 2021, we established our first recording studio and multimedia production studio in Westminster, Maryland. And that is right on 2 Bond Street on Main. Some of the programs we have are the Wisdom Courts Kids Club is our community outreach program that we've been providing cool activities for the kids and the teens to do since 2008. That is a picture of our Easter egg hunt that we did. If you look in the middle, you see we had the whole day shift of the Westminster City Police Department out there hanging with us. It was a pretty cool event. We had, I don't know, maybe 300 some people show up. Through our youth programs, we are working with organizations like Together We Own It and Rise Up. We found that more and more kids were disenfranchised from their community, but they were also, they're drawn to the hip hop and music culture. Well, I'm trying to move Graham real quick all right. That was my problem. So our solution is Wisdom Court is launching a new nonprofit called Find Your Purpose that will use hip hop, EDM, rock, and pretty much every genre of music as a gateway for kids to build agency with their community and for each other to help them find their purpose in life, by opening up the conversation, but we lead it through music. And that's like a universal language and the best way to communicate and kind of like catch people. And then we can start talking about everything else. That is a picture at an event I did. It was a sock hop kids dance at a studio called Studio E in Westminster. It's actually right off of Railroad Ave. And you see all the shirts and stuff. They're all of our merchandise, the Wisdom Kids Club shirts that we put out. Some of the services that we provide, but are not limited to professionally, are recording and mixing, music production, video production, photography, artist consulting, graphic design, merchandising, podcasting, promotions, event planning, and DJ services. The community service that we provide are Real Talk with Billy Live, and that is a youth group that I teach every Thursday night at Together We Own It with my partner, Jason Campbell. We do kids sock hop dance parties, teen night concert events, an annual Easter egg hunt, an annual event called Pizza in the Park. We do clothing and food drives all throughout the year, and we also just started youth creative mentoring, where we actually would help the kids when they want to become a graphic artist, they want to be a hip hop artist, a singer. We'll literally sit them down, help them with their music, studio etiquette, and just take them through the whole process. Here are some of the testimonials. I actually had a whole bunch, but we can only fit a little bit in the screen. That picture was a voting registration that we did with Mona Becker and the League of Women Volunteers and the Women Voting League in Maryland. So one of my testimonials are from Jacob Knowles, who's one of our kids. He said, "I appreciate everything he has done. Couldn't ask for more. I have found my purpose, and one day I want to be like him and help young teens feel like to help young teens who feel like there's no one there for them." He actually wrote like a long 4-paragraph thing, but we kind of condensed it into that. I also just recently got him a job working at Firehouse Subs, and he's doing great. And they saw me yesterday and ran out and said, "Billy," the managers ran out and was like, "Billy, thank you for bringing Jacob. He's like one of the best employees we got." So that helped out a lot. All right, the next testimony is from Mona Becker, who actually just won the mayor election. Billy Live is committed to working with the youth in our community. His recording studio has become a place for young people to find community. He's been giving back for years, and I haven't met many people who work as hard as he does. We helped Mona with her campaign, and we won. All right, so here are some of the partnerships that we have. We are partnered with Together We Own It, Rise Up, Magic, St. Paul's United Church of Christ, Winters Mill High School, McDaniels College, Beats Not Bullets, the Baltimore Ceasefire. There to locate 2 organizations in Baltimore City. And we will also work with the city of Westminster. That is a picture of us. We DJ'd an event at Winters Mill High School. That's Miss Garvin and Mr. Brown, the principals. So yeah, now we're DJing at the high school events. So how can you help? Okay. One thing you can do, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can donate to our mission via PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You could buy a Wisdom Court t-shirt, hoodie, towel, mask, stickers. You can also visit our shop at 2 Bond Street in Westminster inside of the AO Boutique. I actually have a wall where all of our merch is inside of the AO Boutique clothing store. But our studio is actually behind that. It's 2 recording studios, a multi-purpose room, and my office behind the building. Okay, so now we are at the questions segment, and I do not know what to do from this point.
That's all right. No, you're good. I'll take it from here. Thank you, Billy. Great job. Excellent presentation. And I will note that was Billy's first time going through that deck and doing this kind of presentation.
Yes.
For 1 million cups. So great job, Billy. All right, go ahead and unshare your screen. Do like this. There's a red stop sharing.
Okay, I see it.
And then we'll go back to the gallery view here. Okay, so let me see the chat here. Okay, I see Gabby shared the Wisdom Court Entertainment link for Facebook. So go there and everyone can start following Billy's activities at Wisdom Court. So if you have any questions, everyone just post them here. So Billy, I know that you've been doing Wisdom Court for a while, and you're setting up the Find Your Purpose, nonprofit. What's been the hardest part about transitioning from being, a concert promoter, sort of a for-profit guy, trying to also have this mission while still being for-profit, and then the whole transition to nonprofit? Like what's been the most challenging, I guess, about that?
One of the most challenging things is trying to separate the two. And then, with the for-profit, we do things like, events and selling merchandise and all that. And that's how we get our money. With a nonprofit, everything is completely different. And in order to get money, we have to do like different fundraisers and things like that. Hopefully start applying for grants and all that. And that's just like a new thing for me that I never actually have done before. So, just trying to get used to the new methods and understanding the differences of the 2 different businesses that we run.
Tina Thomas from Infinite Love Project and future 1 Million Cups organizer asks, what are the hours of your location on Bond Street?
Well, we're open between 12 and 9, but with the studio, it's kind of like we're there throughout the day, but it's almost appointment based. So people will set up studio time, and we'll definitely be there through those times. But anybody that wants to stop by, you can just send us a message and say, hey, I want to come by such and such time, and we'll be there.
Tina's following up with asking what's the best way to reach you, contact you.
The best way to reach me is probably through Facebook, Instagram, through any one of our social media pages. I'm pretty tied in, and if I'm not, then someone else will be. I can also send you my direct number, Tina. And so we're very, very reachable. If you can't get a hold of me, you can get a hold of my partner, Jason Campbell.
Scott Singleton from Burke Business Employment Resource Center here in Carroll County asks, what age range does your nonprofit attempt to reach?
That's the cool thing, because we open it up to all ages. One of our main focuses is, the middle going into high school kids, because I feel like they're the ones that need the help the most. But we also do a lot of consulting and sitting down with adults that also need help, because there's a lot of adults that are still walking around. They're trying to find their purpose. And we've actually had a chance to help a lot of adults get jobs and find things for them to do through our programs.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Weingram asks, have you considered establishing a board to help govern the nonprofit? There are lots of great resources like Business Volunteers United that trains board candidates and helps place them at well-matched nonprofits.
Yes. Well, luckily, I was put under the wing by Magic, who have been helping me with all of that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Well, and actually, Mark makes a great point, because we haven't really discussed forming a board
part, yeah.
yet. What we're doing right now with Billy is helping him to get his his tax exempt status as a nonprofit,
Mhm.
and getting him like all the things that he needs to do that, and special insurance for like hosting the types of programs that he's now hosting at his studio. But no, that's a great idea, Mark. And I've heard of Business Volunteers United, so I had completely forgotten about them. So that's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Any other questions? So I have a question related to sort of hip hop and the concerts you promoted. Any crazy stories related to, well, I guess knowing that this is going to be shared on YouTube, probably nothing that you want to share publicly, but like what can who are like who's like some of the celebrities, maybe some of the more interesting hip hop artists that maybe you've worked with over the years?
I'll give you two awesome stories. All right. So, well, three. The first in order, the first story was the first artist I opened up for was Rakim. You know, he's probably like one of when they say the top 5 rappers of all time, he's mentioned every single time. Eric B and Rakim Eric B was a president and all that. I got a chance to open up for them, and he was so cool. We was on stage, just shaking his hand, just talking. I took all kinds of pictures. That was awesome. That was back in my MySpace days. That was the first time I did that. The second story was I got a chance to open up for Machine Gun Kelly, MGK, who's like, really, really popular these days with the kids. And it was totally not my style of music. And it was a sold out show at Baltimore Soundstage, and his fans are really diehard fans. So, they got MGK tattoos and bandanas, and almost like whoever gets on that stage, if you're not good, they're going to boo you off of the stage. So for the first time ever, I was extremely nervous to do it. We like right before we got on, I thought real quick. I grabbed some of my young guys, and I'm like, yo, go and talk to the crowd because they're going to boo us and it's not going to be good. So all my young guys ran up in the front of the stage and started shaking everybody's hand like, hey, we're about to go on. Boom, 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 boom. And the guys were like, yeah, heck yeah. So we kind of like got like the first couple rows kind of tuned into us. Then we started performing, and we like put a lot of focus on the first rows. And then with concerts, if you can get, and I also sold like 100 some tickets myself personally. So my 100 some tickets were spread out in the concert. We had the first 2 rows. And when you're a performing artist, if you can get a certain amount of people to tune into you, it spreads. So if you got people throwing their hands and stuff like that, and you got people that know your music, that's why it's important to have your own crowd and selling tickets. It becomes contagious. It's almost like COVID. It just kind of spreads out through the whole crowd. And we actually killed the show, and I literally could have walked on the crowd. Like I could have like surfed on the crowd. I didn't do it because I was still, that was my first time experiencing a sold out show. Not my last, but that was my first time. And that was a crazy experience for me. And then one more, I got to be on stage with the entire Wu-Tang Clan for the 25th anniversary in DC at a club called The Anthem. And these are guys that I've looked up to since '93. And I got to meet all of them and shake their hands and like, just be on the stage when I'm rapping their songs and stuff. First time I was actually starstruck, I would say. But yeah, that's all the good experiences. The bad ones, y'all can hit me up, Facebook, Instagram. We can talk about that.
Off camera.
Yeah.
So Tina from Infinite Love follows up. Can you elaborate on how you were working with the Baltimore area music venues and the different genres? Do you rep musicians and book events that way, or does the venue ask you to fill the place with different music?
Well, I'm actually one of the main booking agents for all of the underground hip hop in Baltimore. I probably do like a good 70% of all of the shows. And all the venues that I listed, I was blessed with the opportunity to work with all of the major venues. And since we do such a good job and we always have our venues packed or close to being packed and there's never any problems, they allow me to continue to do these events and stuff like that. So yeah, different artists, I have like a list of maybe hundreds of different artists. They'll contact me. They'll ask me to help them put together pop-up shops, CD release parties, get them opportunities to open up for bigger artists. And then the venues, the managers and the booking agents at the venue, they'll get me to find talent for other shows and stuff like that. So I actually do a lot. I've been doing it so much that it seems easy, but I do a lot in the Baltimore scene.
Very cool. Scott Singleton from Burke is just letting you know that he can offer additional resources to help any individuals that you're working with who are asking for help with starting or finding a career. Burke, his organization, if you don't know them already, they provide training, coaching, and resources to youth and adults. And he has his website there at carolworks.com. So like in the situation where you helped, there's a Jacob find that job at Firehouse Subs. If you have more people like that that are looking for work, definitely we'll connect you with Scott so you have that direct communication with him.
Yeah, definitely. I have a list of people that's been asking me to help them find jobs or start up their LLCs and things like that. I don't know if that's something he does or not, but yeah, I have a list of people.
Starting company. Well, I mean, as it relates to starting businesses, that's something Magic can help you with, obviously, but then also, and other people with as well, but then also John Wheatman, who's one of our fellow organizers. He's not here right now today, but as an attorney, that's one of the services that he offers is helping people set up businesses. Actually, I don't know, Scott, if you're still there, if Burke does that too or not, helping people establish LLCs. Is that something that Burke does?
Yes. Good morning, Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have a workshop, and I think it's coming up shortly within the next week or so. It's called Ready, Set, Go, and it is a 2-hour workshop by Darren Payton, who just kind of gives an introduction of the basics of starting a business, the legal aspects, the accounting and financials, marketing, and just kind of making sure that people know what they're getting into, as opposed to just leaping in and finding out the hard way that it's not as easy as it seems. So if anyone's interested in attending the workshop, they can call Burke. We're 410-386-2820. And it's a partnership. This class is actually run through Carroll Community College. So we do it as a partnership. I would also mention the Miller Center is another great resource for any newcomer or entrepreneur that's looking for additional classes, and Tom Mazursky runs that program. So there are some great resources out there for people that are entering or starting businesses.
Yeah, and I'll add the SBDC also does that, and I believe they've got local branches in every county, but anyway, yes, thank you very much, Scott. And great reminder about the community college in Miller. All right, so curious. I was talking to, well, maybe it would be a good idea for you to explain why you, somebody who has quite a reputation and track record of success in Baltimore, are dedicated to Westminster. Like, why are you out here? What's so special about Westminster to you, Billy?
I'm originally from Reisterstown, Maryland. I moved to Sykesville, where I went to school. I didn't do great in school and was I got kicked out, and I had to go to Gateway in Westminster. During that same year, I got a chance to meet a lot of the people that are with me now running my company, which are all Westminster people. And I had my son in Westminster, and my son goes to school here. And I know through him, I met all of the kids. And through the Easter egg hunts and stuff that I do, I became attached to all of these kids. And this is just where my heart is. And I represent Westminster to the fullest. In the hip hop community, there's a lot of artists and stuff that are from counties like this, but they'll attach themselves to the closest city just so they look better, so they can appear more tough or more or whatever. I'm one of a few people that has always represented where I come from, and I've never never been ashamed to say, hey, this is where I'm from, and these are the people that I represent. And because of that, Carroll County has been very supportive of me. They support everything that I do. Every time I do an event, a show, put out a shirt, a CD, they all sell. So like this is my home, and this is where my heart is. And I instead of me I could easily took my business and went to Baltimore easy and been successful, maybe even more successful. But it's not. This is not where my heart is. So this is where I want to be.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we usually end these sessions by asking, what can we as a community do for you? And you've already detailed in your presentation. Follow you on social media. You can donate to the mission, and you'll be a nonprofit soon. So you'll have a more official donation form soon. But in the meantime, you got the Cash App, PayPal, all those things. And then
You can send that link to, you can send those links to people in the
I don't. Yeah, we can try. Yeah, we'll pull those out and we'll
Mhm.
put them in the chat. I don't know if Gabby, if she's able to do that. Actually, I might be able to put it here. Oh, and before I close, actually, Julius just chimed in here. He says, "Billy, love the idea of what you're doing. I think I'd like to be you when I grow up." Regarding our youth outreach, to what extent do you demonstrate, involve, teach the ins and outs of audio production? Audio and music production is a fantastic gateway to so many careers in both the arts and STEM. And I couldn't agree more with what Julius is saying there, which is why Magic is so supportive of what Billy is doing, so we can create some pathways between the youth that he's mentoring who have an interest in music and sort of technology careers. And audio production is that medium. So yeah, if you can speak to that, like, how are you teaching audio production? Are you teaching those types of skills?
Yeah, that's actually one of the main things we want to do at the studio when the nonprofit is set up, is we want to teach audio recording, video production, music production, studio and show etiquette. We really everything that we can do inside of the music industry. We want to be able to have a class to teach the kids, and I have a bunch of professional, some certified people that are going to be teaching those classes. So yeah, we're literally going to take them through the whole thing from the programming to recording, setting up the microphones, have them interning and everything like that. That's actually one of the main focuses and goals once we raise the money and get everything that we need to get that started.
And what's your big vision for this? Like, how big does this get? Where do you go from here once you've established, everything, every part about this Find Your Purpose organization and Wisdom Court, and you've established that here? Is it other locations? Is it other services? What's your biggest vision?
Yeah, my biggest vision is to first get Westminster and Carroll County, solid. Then after that, I would like to go to different places that need it, like Hagerstown, Martinsburg, West Virginia. I would like to go to different places in Baltimore and just kind of spread out. And the places that I name are places that I have different organizations and crews that I'm a part of there. So, when I do my hip hop shows, I got a chance to meet all of them and their families, and they all need help. And these are all places that, like, you can drive straight up 140 and see, like, the town mall and all the beautiful stuff. But then on the other side and deep down, it's a whole different side of Westminster, just like all these other places. And that's who I want to attack. Not limited to, but those are the people that I want to attack, because I feel like some of them are the people that need the most help. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And then as your own team, as your own organization grows, what kind of people do you think you need to join that effort? Like, are you already kind of like expecting to hire certain types of people?
That's a good question. Through the last 6 months, I've been introduced to so many like cool people, like, Magic, Mona Becker, and just all these different people that I didn't even know existed. So I've been running this company off of people I grew up with that none of us knew what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? So I've been more open now. So if I come across people that want to work and, they have the right personality traits to kind of fit in the vision of what I'm doing, I want to work with more people that are like me or close to be like me, because it's very hard to duplicate myself, and I wish I could sometimes. But anybody that's like hungry wants to do it, and I feel like either we can help their mission or they can help our mission, I'm open to working with them. It doesn't matter race, it doesn't matter what woman, female, black, white, orange, it doesn't matter. If you have a vision to help the youth and have like a passion for music and creatives and art, then I'm open to it.
Excellent. Well, Billy, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for sharing with us today. Obviously, we're all supportive, and we'll continue to be. So normally we would transition to a second presenter, but today as I mentioned earlier, Donor Solutions, they had to skip it because they are doing an organ transplant today. So we will have them next week. And we're working on another presenter for next week as well. So we might have 2 presenters next week. We will keep you posted. So we'll give everyone back their time, unless anybody here just wants to like do any quick shout outs, anything that they're working on that's special. Maybe we can use a little bit of the time left that we have here to maybe go around, and anyone who wants to do a quick update about something that they're working on, hey, please feel free. If anyone wants to unmute and talk about what they're working on or what they've got coming up.
Because when it showed up, it didn't show up right.
I'd like to, if I could, thank Billy for coming on. Congratulations on your first deck presentation online. You did great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to also, because I can walk there, give a shout out to you and the fact that you're a part of AU Boutique on Bond Street at Bond and Main. And so I guess because I've been to the clothing store, and of course now I've got to buy a shirt, absolutely. How can we help other people get some of your merch? Is it available online, or do they just have to right now go to AO Boutique?
Right now you can go to AO Boutique, or you can reach out to us, and we ship and we do all that kind of stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And if I'm correct, AU Boutique is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
But like I said, anytime that anybody's interested in coming by and checking out like our location, like the backside, where the clothing will be available any day.
Okay, so just reach out to you anytime.
Yep.
Yay.
Any time at all.
Excellent.
Except when I'm watching Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, do you binge watch on that one too? Excellent. Excellent. I know that also, I think AU Boutique and a couple of other companies, including Infinite Love Project, are going for the Biz Challenge. And I know that with the Biz Challenge that's put on by the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce, that is something that entrepreneurs in their first, I believe, 3 years of business can apply to. So I'd encourage you and anyone else out there to keep an eye on it. And watch this challenge, talk to people who are part of it this year, so you can gear for maybe being a part of it next year and giving it a shot. You never know, it could be you.
Are we too late to apply for it now?
No, well, you have 1 more week. So yeah, you go online and apply for it. It's
For
deadline.
those who don't know, it's like a Shark Tank style pitch competition, and I think they narrow it down to what, 3 companies, 3 finalists, five finalists, and then one person walks away with the grand prize. It's usually over 10,000. I think it's over like 20 something or 30 something. This in total value. They have the cash prize, and they have like a bunch of services that you get too, that the total value is like over.
Right. So
30.
yeah, if you have like time in the next week before the end of the month to apply, go for it. Absolutely. carolbizchallenge.org or .com.
Yeah, and I should know this because we're a major sponsor of it, and my brain is fried because of our event tomorrow. So I have a lot of mixed up information in my head.
That's another fun thing that's going on, Graham. You have an event tomorrow.
Well, that's right. Yeah. And I know, I think Rick wants to unmute and say something. So Rick, I see you. I'll just, because.
No. Go ahead, Grant. I was going to ask the same question as Tina.
About the event tomorrow?
About the event tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Magic is hosting this autonomous corridor project ribbon cutting event plus autonomous vehicle showcase tomorrow. Mark, I saw you were registered. So thank you. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. And yeah, it's a great event. I mean, it's not like general open to admission, but you can go and register. You can get a ticket. I think general admission is $25. VIP tickets, which includes food and drinks over at O'Lorden's, not alcoholic drinks, but the bar will be open if you so choose for that. That's $100. And then students are free. So there's a discount code. It's actually Gabby, if you can throw that in there for everybody, if you are coming with any kids who are students, or you yourself are a college student or whatever, it's SCH100 is the discount code for a free ticket. So yeah, so please come on out. It's with the COVID restrictions being lifted for outdoor events like this, originally we thought we were going to have to be really limited in how we even like coordinated certain sizes of groups of people coming in, but at this point feel free to come on by, and it's the more the merrier. We will have disposable masks for anyone who still wants to wear a mask. If you happen to forget your mask or anything like that, or if you aren't vaccinated and you need a mask, we've got all that. And it should be a lot of fun. There'll be actual test drives of autonomous vehicles. You can get a ride on an autonomous bus around Westminster. So it should be pretty cool. Anybody else have any updates that they want to share before we conclude?
I guess the only question I would have, Graham, is there any thought, as you spoke about in the beginning, one MC getting together in person? Is there any additional thoughts on that?
Well,
or we have to wait and see what germinates.
Well, Rick was kind enough to offer Startup Portal as a location. He's got a great space there, and I think that would be perfect for us.
Anytime, so we can make it weekly if you like.
All right.
And I'll go get Furnace Hill coffee.
We'll get Dave Baldwin. He'll bring the carafes or whatever you call them.
Sure.
Those things. And then we've got a live streaming camera too for those of you who are further away that might not be able to drive all the way out here. So our intention is to do this so that we can still do the live streaming Zoom call alongside of the in-person event. So looks like Gabby put that discount code for students in there. So everybody, thank you very much. Nobody else has any update? Jen, nothing about covalent? Oh, she has dropped off. All right, never mind. All right, everybody, have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Thank you.